This is a little video on the Miss Kim tract over here in Brush Creek, Smith County, Tennessee. She hired me to basically come in here and cut the walnut and some of the bigger, hardwood, this, that, and the other. But like I was telling her, it's hard to cut a tract like this without cutting it all. What this was all cleaned off at one time and farmed 2-3 generations ago. Maybe at least 2 to 3. And it was all clear, just to picture it all in corn or grass and cows running it, whatnot. Well, over them couple generations, at least 2 generations, has got where they don't farm land like this no more. There's enough clear ground now, or flat ground now, up top and down in the bottoms in these valleys and stuff, that they don't farm these old hills, and they've let them grow back. Well, what they grow back with a lot of times is them big old elm. See, that there's in the lumber market, it's worthless. It'll make a tie and some pallet wood, but to leave that tree standing is only going to decrease the value in it, because I'll tell you something. Well, it'll decrease the value. Right now you can only sell it as chips, pulpwood. Here's another one that's just right to go ahead and go to the market. Either I would take and pallet or tie the bottom all the way up to about 13 inches, and then right there at that crook I would maybe pallet one log and pulpwood the rest. But if you let that tree get much bigger than this one here, in white oak and poplar and walnut and all that, that's all good, bigger the better. But in trees like this, you're limited what you can do with this tree and make good money on it. So, or make any kind of money. I say good money. You'll sure know the difference when you're cutting timber like this and you are this. So what you want to do is you want to catch this tree before it gets much bigger than 18 inches at the little end, maybe up though high, because it'll be too big for a tie and too big for pulpwood. I mean, they can cut a tie out of it and it being big, but they won't want all that side lumber because it's a low grade nasty log, you know what I mean, as far as the make and model of it. It's not oak, and it's and whatnot. So, and just like this, so I try to talk to landowners. They got dead ash. You look up there, she's got all kinds of these dead trees where the emerald borer hit them. All right, and then she's got these maples. It's a hard maple, sugar maple, whatever you want to call it. Well, about 8 foot up the log, it just gets rough as a cob. And if you'll see, there's a limb rotted out of it there. There's one up there. There's several, but what's happening there? I tell you what, a good example. What's a house do when the shingle comes off of it, or a piece of metal comes off of it, and you don't realize it's rained in it for a winter or a summer or whatever, or a couple months, and next thing you know, it's rotted the roof out. That's the same way. The rain's running right down that tree, right down in that hole, plus squirrels and everything else, and they're eventually going to be down here at the bottom. So what you've got an elm, you've got a dead tree, a low grade tree, a tree you could make something out of right now. You got a hackberry down here, long stemmed hackberry. Lord, we don't need them in here. It's junk. It's pallet or pulpwood right now. And at miscellaneous ties, it ain't even worth fooling with. So I'd just pallet it. I'd pallet the best part, and pulpwood the rest. You have nothing. I mean, I'm gonna say 88% of this timber standing in here is all junk. Every bit of it's just pure junk. You got one white oak right here. and look at the fork in it. Well, the Indians could tell whether north or south with that tree. You know, you got dead ash. Right here's a hillside of hackberries and a dead ash. There's two big old dead ash right there. And here's some hackberry. But look, your young timber right here, this hard maple and this hickory, hard maple, maple. You know, up there at the top is all dead ash and sassafras, and it's just all died and broke over. You see all the broke over timber and stuff. That's what you get out of a tract of timber like this. Just always a nightmare. Dead top. Them's all hackberries, every one of them. There's a hickory, but you got paradise, hackberry. I mean, it's nothing. Elm. One walnut standing in the whole crowd. One walnut standing in the whole crowd. There's a big hickory up there on top of the hill there. But other than that, I mean, that tract of timber is about as lousy as they get. But if you'll look at all the small stem stuff, it's hard maple. Of course, we don't really want maple around here. We'd rather have oak or something, but poplar. It grows faster. But at least it would come back in some good timber if you got rid of all that old junk. But it's gonna take years for that stuff to slowly fall. That's all it is down through there. Paradise. I mean, it's just boxed elder. It's junk. Everybody that knows timber knows that. But I'm doing a short video to let you know that, you know, I've cut one walnut out of this spot, and I'm gonna cut another right yonder. But look at all the trees that you're leaving that ain't, if you got it now while you was here, one footprint, and you would have a pretty decent tract of timber growing back up. So here's a elm, hackberry, 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 maple with the top broke out of it, and holes raining right down in it right now. These two are maples. They're junk. To grow good timber, you've got to cut the bad timber. It's just like, you know, if you want to grow long hair, you got to keep the dead ends cut, clip back. I just thought I'd make a short video of stuff. That way you'd have kind of see where I'm coming from. These trees are junk, so I mean, what? I don't know. I would do a hard cut. All that up there is dead sassafras. Yeah, you like the colors of the leaves and stuff. We all do. I mean, no disrespect on that right there, but this stuff is it's worthless. It's no value to it at all when it's down on the ground and broke over and blowed over and stuff. But it is some value to it if you get in here and harvest it while it's got a chance. And then let all this young stuff, and maybe some of them, most of them maples and stuff, outgrow them little old bitty hackberries, but I don't know. We need to get in here. You'd be better off doing it now, Kim, but you know, we got other jobs we can go do that's, you know, that they recommend this, you know. We recommend it, the forestry recommend it. It'll be an eyesore for a few years. But you wouldn't believe the wildlife that small vegetation and stuff like that brings in. This has no value to animals at all. It's too open, they can't hide. You know, they gotta rely on the nuts dropping once a year. They need them little buds and them leaves and stuff. That's what they want. When that tree's young, they want them little buds and stuff. So here's another one of them big old dead ash. Right here, big forked, dangerous tree, boy, to mess with because it's dead and brittle. I've been cutting them here lately and they've been coming back at me pretty hard fast. All right, here we got a big maple. Got a hole in it right here. See that hole? There's several more around through there. I understand it's good for squirrels and that